Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I woke up this morning with the news that number 45, the ex-president of the United States, was really being put front and center for the way he acted as a representative of this government and of these people during his tenure as president of the United States of America. I know that at least half of the nation or more were really jubilated to know that finally it appears as if this guy would have to give some due for what he's done, that he would be held accountable, and at the same time the rest of the nation was probably indecent and talking about a witch hunt, and you know the rest of that story. You might say that it represents what we call an indecent man, and when we say indecent, we would say a man that talked about hate and racism and bigotry and kind of thrived at it for an advantage to persuade others that supporting him, giving him power, would give them power in dealing with these other forces that he puts down that they can't stand. And you know, that's makes you think that those that would follow him would be indecent people as well. But I don't think that people were born into the world of being indecent. I think that is something that we uh, mold into. And I was thinking about such things as if just the other day, people had in their hands an iPod, gave them the ability to have the particular playlist that they might want to listen to, and they can listen to that. And then a few years pass, and then they got a phone that you got playlists on, a phone that serves as a radio, a phone that serves as a camera, a phone that serves as a production theater where you can do movies and instantaneous. I mean, a phone that serves as a computer, a phone that serves as a library, a phone that serves, I mean, you can go on and on about what this phone does. It connects you with the world. This phone does. They came up with that. Can you imagine all the various things that they do? And even got their form of replacement of humankind. They got AI, and some of them made funny, looking like animals, and they got some looking like human beings, and people with money are purchasing them so they can replace their significant other with a machine that they think they might be able to control. Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you think about all this craziness that's going on. You think about this indecency. You got people who could do all of these things, but yet could not bring people together. So we talk about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is really not the problem. He's just a symptom of the problem. We talk about black and white. No, they're not the problem. They are symptoms of the problem. We talk about crime and violence. Crime and violence isn't the problem. It's a symptom of the problem. We talk about criminals. Well, criminals are not themselves the problem, but they are symptoms of the problem. One of them, we talk about hate. Hate, bad as it is not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem. We talk about racism. Exists, it's real. Oh yes, it's real, but it is not the problem. Racism is a symptom of the problem. So you might say, I can go on and on and on, and yes, I can. If you can find something ugly in it, anything that's causing pain and suffering in it, yes, it is not the problem. It is a symptom of the problem. The problem is exemplified when you see two people come together in marriage, making all these promises, and then before you know it, they are no more. Doesn't mean that they have to legally divorce. Doesn't mean that they have to separate in different houses. It means that they are going their own separate ways, and they are not a unit anymore. What that basically does is that humankind is separated from God. Humankind is separated from God, doing their own thing. And all of the happenings that's happening in the world today amongst humankind and its evilness and whatever they think is good and all that kind of stuff is just something that is a symptom of humankind being separated from God. Being one with God means that these things could not occur. Hatred, racism, bigotry, the separation between races, when you're talking about straight and otherwise, everything that you're talking about, that you want to put down the democracies and communism and all of these things, these are expressions of being separated from God. Separated from God. And once if you knew this, you would change your way. But you don't know this. What I have just shared with you, I don't know if I ever heard anybody say that in my life. And I've been around a long time. And if I've heard anybody say it, repeat it, I've never heard anybody really explain with any significant understanding. I never heard anybody say, well, the reason that you don't have wonderful homes like some people, and you know that are those who got their dreams met, but the most of the world does not. And the reason that exists is because this system works for this kind of stuff. This ain't God. This is the system. This is this separation away from God. And whether you're in Russia, then that's that system, separation from God. Or whether you're in North Korea, that's that system, separation from God. All over the earth, it's powers that be that's separated from God. And the people are caught up, bought into these systems, and they believe in these systems. They don't know any better. Nobody's really telling them that there is a power that is responsible for all existence, and that the pain and suffering is coming about because of the bully and those who submit to the bully. Now, if you don't know what a bully is, in the United States of America, Donald Trump came on the scene. One big bully. Everybody knew he was a bully. But there were people who were, as far as they are concerned, were victimized by the system to the extent that they were looking for a bully. And so the more he came on as a bully, the more the media wanted to expose him as a bully, to put him down, the more he gave power to those who were looking for a bully. And all they did was made this bully bigger. And everybody that tried to tear down this bully, in the end, fell in line with this bully. Because in essence, they are the same kind of people that this bully is. Why I'm saying that is because they were bullying all of those people that they've been taking advantage of all the time, these people who were being left out and wanted a bully to come in and save them, because anybody talking about goodness, you kill them. Martin Luther King talked about goodness that would have worked for everybody. They killed Martin Luther King. Malcolm X could have worked. They killed him. They didn't like the way he came at them. He wasn't taking no stuff. And so the people, white people, I'll just go and say it, white people, most of them, they were looking for somebody to stand up to help them out, because everybody else was trying to make it seem as if their big problem was the black people. And so if the black people their problem, give them a bullet that's going to straighten the black people out. That's what they were looking for. But what they're really looking for is a solution. And the solution is knowing that you are in a place where there is no solution. Anything that you come up with is going to be another problem. It might work for some, but it's not going to work for all. Nothing that you're going to come up with is a solution until you do that which is proper. And that is walk according to the dictates of life. Walk according to the dictates of love. Walk according to, you don't want your car to break down. You want that baby to keep on doing this thing. You don't want your house to rot. Come on. Come on now. You're tired of snakes eating up frogs and things. You want frogs to live, snakes to live if they got to be here. Take care of this thing. Stop just jiving. Now, what else can I say? You say anything else you need to say? Well, I just want you to know that what I just said to you, ladies and gentlemen, whether you believe it or not, is true. And it's not going to change because what happened? Biden and the Democrats just got a little thing passed that says we can make a little bit better change now for the future. Look what just happened between this and the time that we needed a change. All of that rot has taken place in the time we needed a change. And now we're excited, elated, talking about now we have passed something and we think we've done something. We haven't done anything, ladies and gentlemen. We just like a monkey. We just been we are acting just like monkeys. All of us, I'm not talking about black people, I'm talking about all human beings acting just like little monkeys, jumping through little hoops, doing anything that, whatever this power is that's controlling humankind. I know it's what I just said all about over this side of separation from God, but it appears as there's some unity going on here because it's messing up the whole dead blasted world. And nature sees it. Nature sees it. God loves us so much, God can't or won't do anything about it. God keeps giving us a chance, like I'm talking to you right now. I don't know if you're going to listen. But the mountains, they are turning to water, flooding out towns and tearing up places. What? But letting people know that this stuff that you put your faith in that made you somebody don't mean a dead blasted thing. It can be your biggest joy today, and tomorrow or this evening something can come along and wipe your whole state out. And you still walking around here not knowing that you're separated from God. That is why this stuff is happening. And so when I'm speaking to you, I'm trying to let you know that you're living a nightmare. And you can wake up from this nightmare. But this nightmare requires something to take place. And hey, my job is doing what I'm doing, so this is taking place, and I'm listening, you're listening to me now. Let's see if it has any purpose in your life. I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. It's really been nice and wonderful. I didn't start out to tell you the things the way I told you. I started out altogether different, but as I started talking, something took control and it came out the way it did. So I'm hoping that it was the spirit that draws all of us together and create change. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.